Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. I think I probably said last time that we were going to be doing Chapter 6, but we are not doing Chapter 6 because we unlocked the Jean Paralogue, and I think it's an easier map. Although, I guess I could see it being the case that because you can do a Paralogue map anytime, it's better to do it later. But I don't know. I'm not routing in LTC here, so whatever. I mean, I guess the argument for that would be like if you get to the point where you can this archer in the back is basically the boss of the map. It does have Unbreakable, which is a boss sort of skill, and it's just higher level, better stats. If you could get to the point where you could one round this archer with your Sigurd user, then you could definitely cut out at least one turn. And it's definitely possible that the XP you get from the map won't save any turns in the subsequent chapters. But again, whatever. I don't really care that much. Anyway, so it took me a little while to figure out who I wanted to bring for this chapter, because it's sort of like the early turns are sort of awkward, as you will perhaps see depending on how things go. There's ways that they can end up being less awkward, but we'll get into that. Anyway, but you will only get 7 deployment slots. I'm benching Fram right now because I don't really need a healer for this chapter, both because it's quick enough, we take a little enough damage, and because there are like green unit healers on the map. In theory, we can recruit John and like control his healing, but in practice, I'm not actually going to do that. He gets auto recruited at the end anyway. And then basically, Etier is the unit I guess I most want to train. I put the Sigurd ring on Chloe because with as many like woods, thickets, whatever as there are on this map, she's the only one who it really makes sense to put it on. Plus she can double. And then most of the rest of it is about like mobility. I mean, granted that like Clan isn't more mobile exactly than Louis or Boucheron, but he is at least like gonna be able to do more damage from 2 range, although honestly it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, that's why I want like both Vander and Alfred. In particular, Alfred can use the Rider's Bane, which Louis can also do, but Louis doesn't. This sword cav will not even attack Louis because he's got too much defense. I guess the other thing to mention is I forged and engraved a steel bow for Etier and an iron lance for Chloe. Unfortunately, I also forged the Liberation a bit. Unfortunately, the Etier with this forged steel bow and the engraving still cannot quite one-shot this mage, which makes me very sad. But what can you do? Yeah, okay. So I think that's enough discussion. We can get started. So, Vander is going to start things out by visiting this village, grabbing a defense tonic, and then enemy phasing this enemy. One thing I didn't mention is that you can't, like, there's only one tonic of each type in the shop in the previous chapter, and that hasn't changed, which means I used up all the tonics in the previous chapter, which is really annoying, but oh well. Then, so Celine is going to come over here and use Warp Ragnarok to kill this guy, and the reason for that is that we want to be able to safely move Chloe around in like kind of the back line here where the enemies are otherwise hard to reach. And we need to get that archer out of the way so that she doesn't take 1 million damage from it. Especially because For the most part, she can use the Iron Lance, but here she needs to be able to use the Rider's Bane to take care of this Cavalier. And she does have some extra void on the Iron Lance thanks to the engraving, but if she's not using it, then that doesn't help. And now I'm just moving her over to the left. It doesn't actually matter; she has enough damage anyway. But without the engraving, let's say on the Iron Lance, I think the Forge is +2 might. But without the engraving, she would need this extra square from momentum to take out this mage in one hit next turn to avoid taking damage. It is pretty important that she avoid taking damage because she doesn't have an opportunity to heal. One other thing. Guess about man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well, maybe I'll remember later. So yeah, then Alfred is going to enemy phase this sword cav with the Rider's Bane. Well, I say enemy phase, I mean he's not gonna kill, but he's gonna do a lot of damage. And then Alir is going to work on these two axe fighters. If we're lucky, we can kill both of them with a crit, but that is definitely not reliable. They will prefer attacking Alir over clan for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just main character
whatever you say
bias or something, but yeah, that means we can get a double support thing going for what that's worth. Maybe not much. Okay, no crit, so... Yeah, I'm not really sure why this enemy prefers to attack. Well, this enemy, I guess, couldn't reach one of our units, but I'm not really sure why this enemy, let's say, prefers to attack Alfred over one of these villagers, but they do. Alright, so now this archer is in range for Celine to delete with Seraphim using that effective damage. And Chloe is going to come up here, and we're going to use the Iron Lance and not the Rider's Bane to kill this mage, even though we're going to not be able to one-round this cav on enemy phase. But the reason is because it doesn't... We're going to do enough damage to be able to easily take him out. This guy doesn't move anyway, and I want the avoid. I want to avoid taking damage if I can, because that can end up mattering, because Chloe can end up fighting some of these axe fighters depending on how things go. Meanwhile, Etier has enough damage to one-shot that guy, and Alir does have a guaranteed kill on this guy. It's just unfortunate that the one in front is the one where it doesn't have the guaranteed kill, but and then we can have Clan come over here and take this kill. And Alfred finish off this one. And then Vander is going to come over here and put some damage on this enemy. He doesn't... Let's see. It's yeah, he takes 10 damage. Yeah. I could heal him, but I don't really need to use my precious vulneraries here. Okay, Chloe still got hit, unfortunately. Oh, or he could miss. Okay, sure, fine, do that. Be like that, Vander. Well, okay, so Celine, actually, let's do this
I'm getting
first.
hungry.
So we're gonna kill this flyer, and then we're gonna move up. Our engage is about to run out, so we're gonna move up towards this thing. That. Ugh, got hit again. I mean, we actually might get the opportunity to get healed by one of the green units up here, but what it does mean is that we can't like really afford to try to enemy phase this axe fighter. And granted, they'd probably go after the villager anyway, but it's still annoying. I mean, she might dodge, but it doesn't really matter because we're gonna have enough movement to do what we want next turn regardless. So, yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, let's see. Yeah. So Vander, even having taken all that damage, still can safely attack this guy. Well, alright, that helps too. As I mentioned, Etier doesn't actually have enough damage to kill here. We can hope for a crit. Nope. Alright, so I guess we're going to be giving this kill to Alfred. That's not really what I wanted to do, but... oh well. These two are just going to make their way... there's the middle, and then Celine is going to go over and grab this thing. This axe, or I think it's a barbarian, but whatever. This axe user on the lower right will not attack unless the village is visited. So it's actually kind of important to visit it so that he'll stop just moving towards the village. Alright, so what we can do here is safely is this. The question is going to be whether we have enough damage later. I'm gonna assume that we do. Because, I mean, we want Chloe to grab this thing anyway, and we don't... like, if she attacks from here, she can't do it, so... oh right, and Vander's over here. I kind of forgot about that, actually. Yeah, so... yeah, we will have enough damage. Yeah, you should be able to get this kill. And... I could give this kill to Clan, because he does actually double since this guy has an Armor Slayer, but I would actually rather give it to TA if I can. And I can. So... don't particularly need Clan to move that one extra space forward anyway. Okay. It did heal Chloe, that's nice of them. And Vader. Cool. Yeah, alright. So,
is it go time?
Question is, I guess we don't particularly need Chloe to be healed here, but what we do need is for this enemy to be dead. The question is, are we going to have enough damage next turn I guess the easiest way to find out is just to try it and then roll back if... it doesn't work out. Yeah, like basically we want to leverage momentum.
Anything.
Oh, this is... they position themselves a bit differently here. I definitely do not want... oh no, they wouldn't be in the woods. Okay, then that's fine. Never mind. Although I think... never mind. So they're gonna... oh, but I'm not gonna be in range for Alir to... what? Why did that happen? Might be because I used Alir to attack over here. Maybe that was a mistake. Oh yeah, so the problem is we probably will need Chloe to get the damage boost from Alir's personal skill. So like here, that's all fine. But I think what I need to be doing is not having
Onward.
Lear that kill. I guess if we want to be greedy, which is to say not give a kill to Alfred, we could not attack this guy, but he can also attack Etier right now, so let's just do it. Oh, he didn't heal Vander. Okay. So much for me not needing to use any vulneraries, I guess. And I think, let's see, maybe here. Yeah, I guess there's just no way that either of you are going to be in position. Oh, that's not true. You could, in theory. So you'll die to a counterattack, but... or probably die? I forget what the exact numbers are. Don't get crit, Vander. Thank you. Right, so... damage. Maybe 21. Yeah, that was the problem with having Chloe so close by. I mean, we could get more damage by going around, but then we don't get the personal skills, so it doesn't really help. At least I don't think. Yeah. I mean, we can use the steel axe. Or we give the kill to Alfred. I mean, I don't know. Like, okay, even though I've been talking about using different characters, I think I am more likely to end up using Chloe than Alfred. Just because she's so useful, it's like hard not to. Okay. It's fine. Oh, wow. You were gonna crit.
Unbelievable.
We're saved!
Surge in a pure water for saving all the villagers. Okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, so I think, regardless of how you approach it, I think the only way to do this fast, that archer is so far away and doesn't move until turn 4. I think the only way to do this faster than 6 turns would be to either, well, would basically be to find a way to save Warp Ragnarok for the end, and then like do both a Warp Ragnarok and have a Sigurd user going up there that, you know, or have your Sigurd user be strong enough that they can one round. I guess, like, I don't know, the saving the warp, like, for the approach that I took would not have been very viable, I don't think, in the sense that it would have just taken, like, I would have had that much more of a logjam at the start in the starting area. Like, there's not a whole lot that Celine could have contributed over and above what the units that were there contributed. And I mean, probably what that would have meant was she would have been doing something, like, she could have still engaged and then like killed like stuff with Seraphim, but then again, like, then she'd have to rebuild the engage meter or grab one of the tiles, which would be hard for her to get to in time. So probably she wouldn't even be able to do that, and it would just be like you'd be using her instead of clan or something, and you'd have a unit that just like kind of wasn't doing anything. So but I guess if you know, maybe like I don't know maybe there's a way to do that, but like the easier way would just be to have the Sigurd user be strong enough to one round that boss, and then there you go. But as it is, I think 6 turns is realistically the minimum. So it feels kind of slow, but you know, that's okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will back with actually chapter 6 next time. Until then.